SEXIEST.
I've been stumbling through a market's cruel turn. All coins are crying, left out to burn. Wallets bleeding dry in the dust and shade, holding my ground where the hope's been frayed. Oh, all coins are crying, tearing at my soul. Drawdowns ripping through this endless hole, cleaning my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. Bitcoin's rain leaves my coins in the cold. All coins are crying where the love's grown old. While it's a flicker, barely holding fast, scraping for life in a world so vast. Oh, all coins are crying, tearing at my soul. Drawdowns ripping through this endless hole, cleaning my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. Every plunge I take, I rise through the pain. Satoshi shadow, a lonesome refrain. Hold my spirit, face my flame. All coins my war, calling my name. Through this endless hole, cleaning my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. All coins are crying, fading to the light, holding my faith through the longest night. Oh yeah, keeping me steady, keeping me steady. Yeah. Working shift in my old truck, dreaming of a ride. Telegrams humming with coin talk, promise and a glide. Followed a TikTok star's pitch, bought pimping you on a whim. Coin went bust, my hopes got dust, that lesson hit me grim. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy me a bit. Stack that crypto, watch it grow, snag a yacht, no sweat. Ain't no big house yet, but I'm chasing that trader's dream. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a vet. Sold my coins before they jump, missed the big old game. Spend my check on shaky bets, chasing dreams in vain. Bet on a coin with a fishy vibe, it tanked by morning light. Now I'm smart, trade from my heart, keep my dreams inside. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy me a vet. Stack that crypto, watch it grow, snag a yacht, no sweat. Ain't no big house yet, but I'm chasing that trader's dream. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a vet. Why you trusting every hype? That's a rookie slip. Check the team, don't sell too soon, hold through markets dip. Budget wise, watch price line sway, keep your cash in check. grow, snag a yacht, no sweat. Ain't no big house yet, but I'm chasing that trader's dream. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a vet. Yeah, let's roll. I sketched the charts, plotted my big move. Market make a snipe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the ringing of the cowbell.
But I'm smiling through. More falls won't catch me. I'm switching the view. Side hustle flop, but I'm back on track. Turn a loss to a win. Now I'm leading the pack. The plan's tight. I'm dripping with flair. Outsmart the game. I'm the king of the air. Survive the hunt. I'm shattering their traps. Season the day. No more setbacks. Locking my plan. I'm blazing the fight. Survive the hunt. I'm still in the light. Too smooth.
Here we go.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Shout out. All right. Shout out to all you guys hanging out with me. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg here on Sunday night, September 21st, 2025. Spring is among us. Or not spring, fall is among us. It is here. Today was also a solar eclipse, which, depending on whatever you're thinking or alignment may be, may or may not have an effect on the market, which is usually kind of negative from what I understand. Maybe that's applicable with what we got going on here today. Also a Sunday, when market makers really like to scare the bejesus out of people sometimes, or get everybody excited on a false pump that quickly sells out the next day or something. So I guess first of all, I just want to say hello to everybody, but I guess first of all, if you're scared right now, I mean, that's normal. That's cool. But think of how many other times on Sunday nights when the market's weak, you know, and the main people that trade during the week with the big money bags and all that are not trading at night on a Sunday night. And it gives the people that do have some money and some weekend availability some time to do some little manipulation, some market makers, however you want to classify it, the composite man, that spirit that we are trading against here that's very sneaky and clever. On these low liquidity weekends, which has been kind of lackluster, right? I was hoping they would entice us to chase and run price up, but they didn't. They just left us hanging there. And then if they do that, that means, well, this could be what the other outcome here is, where they want to come try to drive us down tonight, right? Could see this continue on into about 3 or 4 in the morning, man, until they decide to let up, and maybe we go for a false move Monday, and who knows? Are they going to pump us then, or are we going to go down lower? My next target, the one we've been looking for, if we were to continue down, is down here. After losing the 236 Fibonacci, which I think was right around here, 114.8, somewhere through there. I can't remember exactly. Losing maybe 115.3, I think. Losing that area kind of put us in line for this little guy right here. And this, we haven't made it there yet, but more than likely we will probably touch that guy about 113.8. It's also got this purple line here, which is a GAN line, not a GAN line. And we've been there before, right? I should probably zoom out a little bit. We tested it. We lost it before, played around with it a little bit. Finally caught on it. Well, finally got above it and held it. But we might be retesting that just to flip it And that way it would act like some kind of trend line or support line in that manner, a form of support. Maybe it's good if we hold that, and we are testing that area at the moment. There is also here on the 4 hour, I just want to bring this up, there's a 100 moving average that we're testing there. Now that's, if we want to keep our trend, that's our last little, oh my God, that's it. We lose that, then we start getting on some shaky ground. But anyway, above 138, bouncing between where we are now and as far as down here, we can still be all right. Actually, that's a pretty good level to bounce from, to be honest with you. That gives us a measured move, and I think we marked it out last night. Was that you, 120? Oh, that's not you. Nay, I say, 'tis not you. Tonight's stream is brought to you by some good ass coffee, and I think I actually got the real stuff tonight, so yay. Another exciting night, staying up all night. Beautiful. I'm just checking my math here, checking my fib levels. Yeah, that was you. Okay. So the cool thing, if we were to bounce from here, that can give us some hopium. I mean, some serious, massive, like, hopium that has a good probability of actually playing out. Take some patience to see this, but that's kind of our mission. That's how I would state it. That's the goal for us to achieve, is this nice big AB equals CD measured move right over here. I play these a lot. It's my favorite. That's 124,000, which would be right on par from where we were back in August. And it's only fair if we try to do that, I know. But hey, aren't you the turkey that was sitting here being all bearish about the weekly indicators and all that? Well, I'm glad that you asked, because this is Sunday. We'll take a look at the weekly candles here, and also take a look at these weekly indicators here. Especially, it was this one right here, the OMACD. Now, she gave us a week last week, and looked like, where she's lighting up and things like might be looking good, right? The only thing is, can't trust her. She likes to drink a lot. She exaggerates a little bit. Man, oh man. And now we got a stronger histogram there, and a lower low, if you see that on this candle so far. Of course, you know, hey man, we just kicking off, right? But not exactly what we want to see there, right? Not exactly. We had that green dot there. Now things are starting to turn around a little bit. Are you getting ready to put a little red dot over here too? I'd hope not. I'd hope not. You still got some good things going on from on the 3-day. Look a little iffy. All right. So what are you saying, Road Dog? What are you saying? Here we are on the 3-day MACD, and you can also see same thing happening on the histogram there. We're losing some of that thrust. So, well, I guess it's best to talk about the bearish scenario. Well, it's not bearish. Remember a while back we were thinking we'd come up a little bit, go to an area, and I even had my little posting over here, which I've not done well, because we hit those areas and I did not short from 118 to 115 to 118 was where I was going to implement shorts. Now I did take some heavy profits there. A lot of heavy profits there, and especially in Bitcoin. But not actively shorting there. Damien, I think he says he's an active short right now. But that was the original game plan, and then when we start getting up here, it starts feeling all bullish, right? And that's what we warned about and said that would happen, and it does. Now the question is, are we strong enough to recover and kind of press through or hang sideways, or are we going to try to make some kind of lower low, or even come back down to those areas that we were at before, 108? And I guess that's starting to be a little bit more on people's minds. And I guess the first thing that I would say, if you wanted to ask my opinion, or, you know, I think we come back to the 4 hour over here. Do you see this little area over here? And we have this little pattern, this little bottoming pattern over here. Well, now this little booger here is quite particular. It's a very interesting little guy. And a lot of people don't talk about this, but I do, because it happens. A lot more than, well, so often that you can almost, You can almost tell time, not tell time by, but you can play by, right? Inverted head and shoulders has about a 64% chance to break upward. And that's usually what you hear. And some people, you know, tie some different numbers to that. But what you don't hear, they also have that equal amount, that equal probability, 64% chance to land their happy little asses right back at the breakout area. Meaning retesting that little neckline area or belt line area. I don't know. That's an ongoing controversy here on the channel if it's a neckline or a belt line. But that area is back around 112,500 if we decide to do that. And that can happen. Doesn't have to happen today, but it can happen over the next week or so. And also, we take a Fibonacci again from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I'm going to buy. Right there's also a lovely 0.5 Fibonacci area, which would be a fair and a bullish place to bounce. Why ain't you looking for the 618? I don't think we're in 618 territory, darling. Not in this point in the market. Now, if I was trying to pull, if I wasn't all, if I was trying to do all what everybody else is doing, I mean, a lot of people would be trying to look for a 618 from a smaller pull and things like that. And that might work for them to some extent there. As you see that, 38, never mind. I'm not, this time we're starting to split hairs on Fibonacci. That's not what the show's tonight's show about. Sorry, not trying to get all nerdy. That happens every now and then. But we lost a level. It was a shaky level at that, a local level. You lost levels a while back. And actually that was one. There was another one that we just lost. Here was one that was earlier that we lost, and that was probably the most telling one when we were doing this. And oh man, 116.9, 117. When we got rejected over here, not once, twice, 3 times. Yeah, I know. We nailed it, right? I still didn't short there. I didn't short there. Nothing meaningful, nothing that's open at the moment. That was a beautiful, beautiful place to short, and a lot of people do. A lot of people did. And congratulations if you did, and that was your play. That was beautiful done. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Back in my bot days, that was a known strategy to short the 618. And so she comes down. What goes up often comes down, and down she comes, and down she blows. 114,288, looking for 113,800, possibly coming out of Bitcoin at a theater near you. She's just being coy, being sly about it, making a falling wedgie, she is. And we can try to track that if you like. Even if she did break up above it, she can still be coming down a little bit more. More than likely, this is what we're seeing. Ladies and gentlemen, I was working my way over to say hello to everybody. I know we had Gator Squatch that was first tonight, and then I think I came down, and there's also this Mr. Miles who, hey, congratulations, you're also first tonight, Mr. Miles. Awesome. And we got Floki's Angels. How's it going, Floki? Says, hey dog, I love your show, and hey, I love that comment. It's awesome. All right. Yes. And we got Chris Klein in the house. How's it going, Chris? And there's me, Damien. That's him talking about shorting Bitcoin. And Solana making his beer, drinking money for tonight. And we got Frank Lopez. Duality C. Jack of all trades. How's it going, everybody? So glad to have you here. I'm looking over here, but I'm looking at the. Let me put it over here. I can see it a little bit. Yeah. Meet Damien's. I just lost everybody there. At a Latin restaurant and lounge tonight. Can't really hear anything because they're playing the music loud. I have to rewatch later, but I'm still here in the chat. Oh, awesome. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you for your support. And Frank Lopez is saying AV&T. We'll take a look at that one tonight. That one's on my list to go over. Chris Klein says, Mick Damien, there's dedication, sir. And we got Kelly. How's it going, Kelly? Been experimenting with the Itchu cloud, and I see it now. The support and resistance, it works pretty good on high time frames. I like the Ichimoku cloud. It helps me just to remember trend a lot, being below it, and it helps when trends are changing too. I find that's why I just always got it in the background, and I don't use the full thing and all the lines that they use or anything, even though. I had a trading bot that was based off of Ichimoku Cloud. It did quite well. It did pretty decent. There's an Ichimoku Cloud strategy too. But I find it very helpful. That's why it's always there. Sometimes it tells me things that the other indicators can't see. And we got Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you, my man. Fellow YouTuber here. Speaking of which, he's got a YouTube channel right here. Go give him a like and subscribe. He's streaming every day, putting out videos every day. Teaching technical analysis. You need a good source for learning. Joe is a good person to learn from. Right there. Going over and giving the live mindset behind what he sees. Even if we're backing up and looking at something, showing the mindset behind it and the reaction. Your mindset plays a whole lot into how whether you execute, right? It's an important lesson to learn, and even if you're the most awesome TA analyst, you can predict exactly where the price is going to go, maybe even when it's going to get there. Oh my gosh, you're amazing! That would be awesome, by the way. I wouldn't bitch about that at all. That would be awesome. But even if you could do that, the trader side of you that's a different little animal right there. That all depends a lot on your mindset, your biases, your psychology, and everything. And even if you got, like we call this as potential reversal zone, because a lot of people would be shorting here, meaning also that it could be a potential short. And it was, but I didn't do it. Talk about it, look at it, know it's there, potential trade setup, but my overall bias is long, and so that's not my first forethought when I come to that, or my first conviction. So I didn't take it, but it was a great one to take. And the savvy trader probably would have been catching it. And then of course you got some people all through this bull market, they're just they're trying to short this bull market. A lot of people are just, I don't understand the mentality, but a lot of people, they're looking for them shorts at any time and all the time. I guess they will likely catch the top if they try to do that. Let's take a look at some of the indicators over here. That's brutal. So that was a trend line. We were trying to give it a little bit more wiggle room right here, and let that be the new line in the sand, which is not a bad idea, because that would have helped save from all that. And we see Bitcoin dominance going up, as well as our right behind my head here, that little guy. See that the stablecoin is going up, so people are getting the hell out of altcoins right now and saying bye bye, troublemaker. Sucks to be you, altcoins. And just like that, all the gains disappear with altcoins, and it's crazy. So we need to take a look at some others. I want to take a look at others over here real quick, if you don't mind, because this is it. What's going on, others? What's that orange line? Is that that's a trend line? Okay, we're testing the trend line area. There's some wiggle room on it too. I've got it right now. We're actually touching it, but I want to give it its wiggle room down. Oh, I messed that up. Grab it here. And what I did is I just moved it to right below these bodies right there. Let me get that guy off to where it's touching there, from touching here, and it's still in there. There's 1, 2, 3, a bunch of this mess, which will vary depending on what time frame we're on, whereas we get a candle body. So not a perfect trend line, but I mean, it's good enough. We got a number of touches that makes it valid. We just need a valid trend line, right? That should be strong enough for this 4-hour time frame. We got a 200 moving average right there, which is a great place to catch some support, and we're right on it, baby. We're right on it. Shucks. So I would expect this honestly, I think we'll get a bounce. Now, I was about to say I think this would be some kind of fake out, but I don't know. I mean, we're at an area where we could come down here, bounce, catch some support, and start coming back up, making a higher low, and thereby we got the perfect opportunity to come back up and take out that higher high there. This is on our altcoins. So a Sunday night sell off, is that normal? Oh my gosh. This was Sunday here. This was Saturday. Oh yeah. Here's a great example. What happened last weekend? They were running us up Thursday. Man, they started all week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then started dumping Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday we started going right back up again. Hey, man, we're ready to go to the moon. And then here we come Thursday again. They start dumping us. We hang out sideways, and now they're dumping us again. So maybe is there more dump coming tomorrow? Will we just kind of hang down here for a little bit, figure it out, scare us, come down and test some of these other fib areas there? But whether we do or not, my personal opinion, I don't think it's quite long lasting yet. But you know, what we haven't done yet is really check the weekly here on others, have we? I want to flip over to my regular candles, and that one sucks, but that's where we are, starting the week of the red candle. I see a 21 moving average closing in bullishly on a 50 moving average. That is good. Doesn't mean that we can't come down and talk to it. That would suck, but hey man, altcoins would be cheaper. We do have a trend line here, but it's not the greatest. I'm gonna flip my other candles back on because these suck. It's all right, nothing personal. It's just and we got a trend line that we're kind of squeezing up to, whether we'll hold or not. I can see an argument for us to come down here, or possibly lower. I'd hope not lower. I'm not trying to be bearish. I'm trying to see if we can actually get a place where we can find some support, and we do have it because we're right here. It might break that line just a little bit, but we got a 9 moving average. We're still above the 9 on the weekly, and as long as we're above the 9 on the weekly, everything is fine, people. When we break that, that's below $302 billion. Then we can start talking dirty about all these little altcoins. But until then, that's just a test. This is just a test to see if you're going to be, shaking out of this market. And hopefully it will just remain a test and not a threat, not develop into a threat. All right, so 50 moving average on the daily is that same area that we're looking at there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for altcoins. To me, I think they're trying to shake us out for a day or two. We got a good chance to be bouncing back. It's just a scare out. It may be late Monday or Tuesday, maybe later Tuesday before we actually start seeing maybe things turn around a little bit better. Now here's where Ichimoku Cloud comes in. She's looking kind of nice and frisky. Yeah. So if you're a little scared about the altcoins and disappointed, well, I'm kind of disappointed too. I got some perpetual ones that are up that I kind of let get away from me a little bit more than normal. That risk management play, probably the biggest thing that you need to focus on. Sometimes that's the easiest one to let slip sometimes on a few things. They're okay, but it's just, you kick yourself behind. You kick yourself going, stupid. You fell for that? Oh man. Sucker. All right, I'm going to take a look at AVNT. Everybody, 22 people hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. And if you are here and feel like it, and
for those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll look at AVNT Aventus Perpetual Futures. Oh, we've looked at it before. You came up and hit my measure move. Well, look at you. Smack me and butter my biscuits. What are you doing up there? You going through that measure move. So this one's kind of strong right now, right? Duh. Doing pretty cool here. So congratulations, Aventus, for I don't know, I can't really really say nailed it because that's reversal points I look for. I think that was that's a straight up measure move, I think, from the channel. But still, you're pressing on some fib areas. Alright, so let's clean you up just a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that all over you or anything. I've still got this. Oh, did you get it? Were you right at it? You were right at it. Were you the measure move? I don't know where the hell y'all. So that leads us over to this idea from body to body. Oh man, look at you. You actually tighten up my game here. You actually above it. And now she's coming back into that. Are we doing an M top over here? Hard to say right now, isn't it? You got your divergence over here. I'm looking at that. I see strong divergence, bearish divergence there. So this one, it's got some possibilities to be coming down. Let's tighten up that line there a little bit. I'm on the 1 hour here. It works beautifully on the 1 hour. From bodies to body. 4 hour we get off just a little bit, but still we're right in there. 4 hours above the 9 moving average. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me move that line. Now that 9 moving average is at 196. Now at any time we can go back there and test that little guy. And hopefully we would keep him. So I would say we got a good chance of trying to do that. This is a rising pattern. It's got fallen volume. So this is starting to get really skittish. It's at resistance. It needs to pull back. It doesn't need to. And if we were going to look for any tricks of the trade that might help us with that, I want to go with an extension here. And yeah, we are right there at these 113 and 127 areas right here. And that 113, I believe, was our target from earlier, which is why we use them. So this is a potential reversal zone right here, and she is getting what seems to be a possible reversal pattern set up here. And how would you want to look at that? A lot of people, one way to look at it would have been this, you know, a lot of people like to put them in triangles or whatever. It still was holding a trend line here, so I'm cool with it. And a breakout, now we're coming back in below that trend line. I actually just broke through that pattern, just killed it. That idea's out. And now we're looking at a type of triple top, is how I consider it. The one with a little bitty head, and I hate them because those little bastards can get mean and nasty. If they confirm, and then have to drop below 183 to confirm that little guy. If it drops below 183, then I would be thinking 135 would be coming. Now you're saying, I hate you, road dog. You're always doing with the bad news. And I'm just saying, if it does it, it hasn't done it. I mean, right now, it's still trying to... yeah, she's pretty much lost that trend line there. She looks like, if we were just looking at trend lines, about $2 could be headed back there at 225. Nobody probably wants to hear that, but bearish divergence playing out there. I can see it coming back to test that area. Probably not a bad area to nibble in on this one. And now this one, I kind of like this one, and I was looking at it over here, I believe. Or were you here? Because its tokenomics didn't seem out of pocket to me. It's got $576 million market cap, 1 billion tokens, maximum supply and total supply. Circulating supply is 258 million. So at most, there'd be about 4 times the tokens out. 4 times the market cap. Let's get you up to 2 billion so that we could hold this area about $2. And that would be kind of cool. So it could be doable to hold this, and it could even go up higher. So its all-time high was 264, which was 3 hours ago. So if you're just trying now deciding, hey man, I want to get in on this, you're buying the top, which is dangerous. And it's already down 15% from 264. Its all-time low was just 12 days ago when this thing was only 18 cents. This thing has already made people lots of money, and this is just still at a mid-level market cap right there. So I think this one hit 1 billion, 2 billion, maybe even more, if I understand. This is a centralized, decentralized exchange competing with Hyperliquid and all that, right? And so it's all the talk right now, and everybody chases everything that's shiny. This is the shiny new toy at resistance right now. There may be a short in order here, maybe. But a bigger plan to find a place to accumulate it might be a better thing, because if this one can get up to $6-7, and you can get it somewhere around $1.50 to $2, from $1.50 to $2, if you can catch it in that range, this might be one to keep your eye on that might be strong for the rest of the bull market. So I like this one, and then there was another one that's out. I can't remember. Aster. This one I'm not as crazy about, to be honest with you. And a lot of people are, and as the tokenomics, this one's got billions of coins. This is at $1.44 billions of coins. Are you kidding me? Okay, so compare this one to Avantis, right? And so this one's, is this on base? This is the one. Avantis is the one on base. It's got the better tokenomics in my personal opinion. ASTER. This one's already got a $2 billion market cap. It's already at $2 billion. Avantis can catch up with that one, right? Pretty easy, I would think. This has got 8 billion. 8 billion, not 1 billion, but 8 billion. Circulating supply is 1.6 billion. It's at $1.44. So I think that Avantis is at and it's on base too, right? I think you got more growth potential over there. All-time high for this one was $1.96. It's down 30%, and that was 20 hours ago, so still buying near the top. And all-time low 5 days ago, it was less than a dime. So a lot of people already made some money off of this one, catching it early, being in the project early. But looking at the chart over here, I mean, now she might be trying to do something right now. That looks interesting. Let's see what we got here. Come here, darling. Oh, you didn't do it. Let's try that again. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. You got, oh, you did. You hit the 0.5. All right, well, that's interesting. As we're looking at you. For one thing, come on now. Let me have it. Let go of it. Let go of my ego. All right, I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'm trying to go from high to low. Tell me which way the wind blows. Alright, so I got a couple of little targets over here. For those higher high areas, for those bullish targets, potential targets that make this worthwhile to have a payday. Let's see if there is a payday. So if we were at 146 and we can get up there, 73, 86% move possible. Okay, so let's see. And that's if we bounce here and we're working on a higher high. Okay, so this is a possibility. The probabilities of it, that's what we're trying to look at, or kind of fit in now. So we lost that. It's got some work to do. It'd be on a new trajectory, which would probably follow underneath this line. That could take it into this is a 50-minute time frame. Takes it into about Wednesday, Thursday, if we're looking at that as a time factor. to get to these levels. Unless she just violently breaks back over here. I don't see that as being a thing. This is the 15-minute time frame, and we got some bearish crosses going on. Haven't yet got the 50 cross and the 200, but that could happen just as well too, and it could be coming back down here in range, and that would be more the negative, but actually more the normal thing to do. From here, what we got to do is see how far that we can get up. Can we get past the 382 and the 0.5 Fibonacci area? Can we get past this guy? If we can, we got a pretty decent chance. If we cannot get past that guy, 163, we might be looking at this area about about 98 cents, somewhere through there as we come down again. And that would suck a little bit. Elliot, what you got to shed over here? Elliot seems to think we're on an ABC correction here. Right now, he thinks the bottom's in. Hopefully it is. And if that be so, then if that be true, then what that means is that this wave is complete, and that now becomes a big one, a big two, and then we start going for a big three, a big four, a big five, and the party gets started. So going up to about $3 eventually is probably not out of the question for Avantis, but that's a little bit of was this the one that I liked? Elliot, get the hell off my screen. Thank you. But this area here that we've already tapped in though, man, that is an area where she can get a pullback. She can get a pullback. Let's see if it's going to happen now or happen a little bit later there. Another one is MYX. This has been fun to long and to short. Currently, I'm actually trying to long it after I've shorted it down here. And it looked like it was going to do all right, and then it said, ha ha, fooled ya. So we got some bearish crosses going on over here. I need to get to a bigger time frame, like the 4 hour. So I won't lose my shizzles. Yeah, you got some I did not want to see you come down to this $8 area, but why? Why are you trying to do that? You ain't gotta. Ain't no reason for you to do that. Look at you, RSI. You already down here. Why do you need to stay down? Why you gotta stay down here, RSI? You already here. Go somewhere. Kick rocks. Go up street. What the hell? All right, the RSI is hanging out at 32. It needs to be going north instead of south, and you're going the wrong way, man. That's on our 4 hour. It'd be cool if we can at least get back up to $12. Could you get back up to $12 for us? Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask, my man? Is it? Do you have any? This is all you can give me. A possible bump and run idea. I mean, that's all I can go with right now. It's a bump and run. That's all I'm worth to you. Just a bump and run. You can't even get back above these guys over here at 1078. I mean, come on. So it's lost areas, and some people might get a nice little short down here to this area. Who knows? Probably might even come down and talk to the world 1 hour. Coming down to the 800 around 617, 618, somewhere through there. Not out of the question, just wasn't what I wanted to see happen right now. Perhaps I got a little bullish a little too early. Let's see what happens with that. We've also got Hyperliquid, which everybody was chasing weeks ago, and flags to the upside were over here, and now there is at $49, dude. Dude, what happened, dude? Well, we have a trend line here that if it breaks, that tells you, hey man, at $55, $56, you need to decide to do something. Whereas the flags to the upside people, I don't know what they would have been. They just make bigger flags from what I can see. It's cute. It starts out with a little flag. It's so cute. It becomes a bigger flag or something. Then it becomes something bigger. Then it gets into something like it just and you know, and then it finally becomes something like a, you know, a wedge. Or, oh, look at this flag, it's still a flag. I don't know. To me, that's more forcing patterns. To me, if you just zoom out and kind of look at where you got most of your lines coming from, it's so much better information. And we extend this little booger on over here like it was, and sad to say, there is that possibility we might come down and touch the bottom of it. I would like to see us bounce here and not get the bottom, and that would imply that we're curving up a little bit. Now that's what we want to see. If we can bounce off the 800, and I think that we can, might not have to come down to C47. I'm going to come down to the 6 minute and see what it's acting like over here, and I can't really tell much about it. It just recently rolled up here. Don't want to put too much pressure on it. It might be just be stopping in for, you know, for a little pit stop, use the bathroom, grab a drink or something. I don't know. Some bullish divergence trying to form here, but again, this is the 6 minute. The 1 hour, 4 hour, I think it's a little bit better to be looking at over there. Getting a nice sell off on some altcoins when it might be a juicy blessing. So think about this for a moment. I mean, not just this, but on everything. When it's all excited and everything's going up, and the flags to the upside and all that, all those calls, right? Instead of taking profits up through here and selling off, it's buying. And if you find yourself doing that, that's a great time to just I don't know, look down at your feet. All right, take a deep breath, grab the nearest shoe and just smack yourself upside the head and tell yourself not to do it. Eventually, if you repeat that behavior, much like Pavlov's dog's experiment, yes, we are very scientific here, that will train your brain not to freaking do it anymore, because suffering through the loss of it coming back down afterwards clearly is not having the desired effect. It's you're not realizing it until now. Like, man, maybe I shouldn't have bought that flag to the upside. Man, that guru. We did have targets up here. I ain't lying. They're still valid targets. But I wasn't calling no flags to no upside over here. As a matter of fact, I got me a nice little Fibonacci trick right over here to know when I'm hitting areas that them flags, that's bad. That's a bad, I'm going to call this my bad flag area. That's a bad flag area. Put one right there. All right, sometimes I find myself picking on flags. Here's one called Idle. I don't know what this is, but it's looking kind of sexy to me, and it's like not very well known. And I'm going to dive into it tonight and see what it is, but I was hoping I'd get a chart on it. All right, well, let's go over here. Take a look at you over here. IDL is Idle Network, right? Yeah, not finance, not Idle, which happens to be up 100 and what? Idle Finance. What is that one? Well, that's tiny market cap right there. Oh, that's a tiny total supply. I don't know what this is or anything about it. It's on Ethereum. That wasn't what I was looking for. But if you wait a minute, why are you saying you're down 92%? You just said you were up. So I'm looking for Idle Network, and because it's network, I want to take a look at it. $45 million market cap, 100 million coins. Oh, why am I here? I look at this over on, this is what, CoinGecko, and on the website, they never have a good explanation on what it is. CoinMarketCap does. Monetize idle robotics and AI infrastructure. Turn idle robotic devices, drones, MCUs, IoTs, and compute stored, blah, 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 into revenue with our AI-powered optimization. Unexploited idle assets are costing the AI and robotics industry $1.4 trillion annually. Oh no! What are we going to do? If only there was a crypto project that could save us. Okay, so I don't understand that at all, but built on base. That's interesting. A base coin. Unlocking value from hidden resource. Okay, well, did we find a chart on you? You got a chart, man? I'd like to see a chart. I'm just saying. Can you hold me a chart? I'd like to see one. Oh, look, you got lines, man. You got bars. I like bars, man. You know what I mean? I haven't been to a bar in a long time, man. All right, that's not working up. All right, I guess we're looking at this one. I guess it's got to get some more exposure. There's your market. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. It's Uniswap. Okay, so well, let's get a chart. Uniswap version 4 base. And that's not a chart, dude. I'm just saying that it's not a chart. Not a chart. I'll hit this one over here, but I bet it's still not a. Oh my God, they got a chart. Kinda, sorta, maybe. Kinda, sorta, maybe. Share website explorer. Now, I guess that's as good as. What's this? What's this do? This has got those. This has got candlestick charts are unavailable for this token. Well, you suck. All right, so 45 cents. It was up to 61. This is it on the weekly. This is it on the monthly. 70. I don't know. That's a risky play. Risky. How about that Solana? You know what I forgot to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is I forgot to put my little marker in their request. I did that right now. If you got a coin request, go ahead and put it right under there, and I'll go and look in just a moment. Looks like we got a nice little delay here between me speaking and you receiving it, so take that into account, if you will. Jenny. This is Solana dumping. Dumping like a rock. So interesting place. So are we at that critical point where the weekly was been warning us that prices can go up and then roll over? Is that what's going to happen? Or are these rate cuts going to kind of alleviate everything? Kind of a tricky situation right now, if you think about it. Because this could be the very earliest stages of, you know, before things go bad or get, you know, bleh for a while. Or we're just going through a correction. Now, the sentiment that I'm getting is that this is just a correction. Even though I've had the warning about, you know, it turning around and possibly going for lower lows from getting rejected at the prices that we're at right now for Bitcoin from 115 to 118. And we have definitely hit top areas. That's a 786 fib here on a lot of these altcoins and on the indices too, right? So a correction may be what we're in for as we start going into the trumpet days on the 24th there, 23rd or 24th. All right, I'm going to take this line and boogie woogie its little happy butt right down here. And I'll be looking for a retest of the Lucy line down here. That's a red one sneaking up on this yellow horizontal line right there. Yeah. We could tap that. We could tap that. Hopefully we'll find some support here about 226. So those are the two local areas that I'm looking at on the 1 hour chart here for support. As far as Solana goes, let me zoom out to the 4 hour. We broke out of a rising wedge, which is bullish AF. All right. And now this is that tricky moment. Is this going to be some kind of M pattern, some kind of top? Did we break out only to come back in and slam back to the bottom of it? Because if we do break back in it, honestly, this is where I'm going to be looking at, is at the bottom. That's just normally what happens. Just saying. Yeah, you might be able to find some saving grace on an angle idea if we take that to the bottom here, and maybe it doesn't come all the way back down there. Maybe it comes down to 206 or something like that. But we don't know until she starts playing out, and we can get a better feel for it, right? But a general rule of the game is options. The bullish thing to do is to retest from here and then get foolish AF. And just let this roundingness continue, and that could be what we're doing. And I'm hoping that it is. It needs to be. We needs to see that, right? Let's see the beautiful curvature. We like the beautiful curvature. It makes things go up, and we like that. And this is just, if it is doing that, then this is just the scary part of it, right? And you got to deal with it. And if it's not doing that, well, we will find out pretty soon when we start losing these levels. And the 4-hour 100 moving average, yeah, that's a good one to start looking for. And if you can see that we break down below this low that we had right here, lose that. That's another one that's kind of like, you got to start being willing to say start flipping bearish at that point, but don't do it too quick, because these little there's music.
Baller alert, make
Baller
it rain.
alert. Make it rain. But if you flip bearish too soon, you don't want to get, or especially front run it. Well, it's just going to go bearish. I'm going to front run it. That's when the little bear trap ideas, and that's where the trend lines can help you identify some of these bear trap ideas. It helped me identify on my lot. And then everything just be hunky dory and the fake out. So we don't want to front run ideas too much here, because that's how you do get your ass handed to you. Let me come back to the chat here. Thank you, Road Dog. You're number one. Thank you, Glittery Marshmallow. You are number one. Thank you for your support. Dog with here we go. So there's my marker. Hey, there's Roguelite. How's it going? Roguelite. Submit your coin request for live analysis. Priority goes to members and super chats. And we got Epstein's ghost in. It's over. Dog with Hoodle says, Dog with Hoodie says, take a look at Ski Mask Dog. $3.8 or 0.038 cents. She looks like she wants to come back down and do a retest, maybe even as low as to double bottom here. Hopefully it won't go any lower than that. Might get lucky and it just not even get quite down there. That would be cool too. I guess we gotta zoom out on this one. That's the 4-hour. This is the daily. Oh, MacD, you look kind of dangerous. What are you doing? What you doing over here? You trying to flip bearish? It's almost at a bottom. How you gonna flip bearish on us now, MacD? Look at this. What you gonna take us, MacD? So Ski Mask Dog, meme coins. Yeah, people aren't really going into the meme coins as much, and hopefully that will come back, but it could be a sign of the maturing market that we're getting as we're starting to see more of the serious money go into more serious projects. And then a lot of these other coins that have been the best thing that we could chase for the last 2 years are just kind of going away. Getting less hype, less excitement, because now we're seeing tokenized stocks come over, and they'll be hitting decentralized exchanges before long. I mean, think about that. Your decentralized Uniswap, get a tokenized stock, and there'll be versions at first where you don't have ownership rights, and it's kind of like a proxy in a way, but there will be where ownership rights come with it, and you can own your own stocks in your own wallet, the whole Cuspid ID and all that. And that's going to be kind of fascinating, but it'll make it easier to trade stocks in the stock market globally, to 24/7. And so if that starts happening, that's where a lot of the money's coming in, and that's where a lot of money's going to be made. A lot of the little gambling stuff that we got is just going to lose interest and be revealed for what it is, as being, you know, kind of overhyped sentiment, basically. Just calling it for what it is. Unless these tokens have a solid use case, or they generate some kind of revenue that makes it worth participating in, they're going to get left by the wayside. But I do think, having said that, I do think that we got another run of rat stupidity coming, and people will pile back in the meme coins, and we can get out and take our money and run. There are still meme stocks being played on the market, so I don't think memes are out of the question, but I think their seasonality is going to, well, it's definitely being questioned right now, right? The call for it's just not there at the moment. So Ski Mask Dog, 18 cents looks like a good place to try to shoot for, especially since we're at 3 cents now. We haven't been up. Ooh, when we were up in February, January. Okay, that's not too much to ask for that. Then that's 400% gains to get up there. First target I got is about 12 cents. That's 225% gains. And I know that may look boring. He just pulled a fib and went with the 2 top fibs there. That's not TA. That's perfect TA. That's some good targets that have a good shot, a good probability of getting hit. You just got to be patient, and then the good chance that there's going to be some reaction there, and you'll say, well, that was a pretty good place to sell. Right now we're just accumulating. And we're still in a pretty gosh darn juicy area of accumulation on Ski Mask Dog. Seriously, we are. So it needs to hold where it is and not try to dare come down here like the weekly time frame suggested, or the daily trying to flip all bearish and get us all scared. She may be coming down just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Better place to get it. 3.5 cents. 3.8 cents right now. What's a few fractions of pennies between us, you know? Here's one called Thena. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's having a pretty good day today. Thena, oh Thena, it looks like you have lacking volume or liquidity or funds. It must be a low market cap coin, as janky as this price action is. Blocky, looks all blocky. Big ass target that I would have her. This is $1.13. What the hell are you, Thena? I mean, for real, what are you? This is the daily. What do you look like over here? Above the 200? But, you know, that's cool. 4 hour. You went up, you got up, and you're pulling back a little bit. Will you come back down to 41 cents? Maybe not. 43 cents, 44 cents. Can we get somewhere? This is Thena. I want to find out what Thena is. What is Thena? Can we just go to CoinMarketCap? Let's type in Thena. This is Thena. It's number 520, $60 million market cap. Let's see. Your all-time high was 10 months ago. It was $4.10. It's down 86% from that. All-time low was 2 years ago. Hasn't been back there. It's on several places. Decentralized, centralized as well. And what are you? Just unlocking stuff here. What was your token? What was your token on? Whoa, what? You got how many? 111.89 million. Total supply is 264 million. Is that right? What are you? I mean, that's decent. Innovative decentralized. Oh, you're a DEX. You're on BNB chain. Thena offers spot and perpetual tradings for a wide range of assets. Core of Thena's value proposition is the liquidity market space, which uses novel model. Okay, well, blah blah blah, nerd speak, whatever. So I like this a lot better. What was the one that they had? Wasn't it? It wasn't Advantage. What was the other one? It was Aster. Oh, what do you look like? You got perpetual trades? What does it look like? This is Thena. So you can connect your wallet and trade perps or spot. What all you got? A lot of the big ones. You got ETC, ICP, MYX. You pretty much got. What about you got memes? You got all the memes. You got the AIs, Grass, Anchor. All right, so these decentralized exchanges are getting kind of impressive now, right? Yeah. This could get really interesting. So, Athena, where are you, darling? If you're down here, Binance is pushing you. Decentralized exchanges are becoming more of a thing. And hard to regulate them little bastards, too. If you can get back up to 262, man. From 53 cents. Not bad. I mean, not near as good as getting in when it was like 32 cents, right? But not too shabby. Makes me kind of see if I can remember to do this. This is a BSC Theta. Okay. Right, yeah. Remember that, okay. So I'm maybe checking this little guy out here. Do I get my light off? Oh, well, golly. Tighten up your game, Road Dog. I think we moved it by accident. So that 112 area, as she's gradually expanding here. And even the 87, 88 cent area is not bad. Let's scale you in, darling. And let's go right here. So 82 cents. If I can grab that little booger, there we go. 82 cents this area. I'm kind of liking this one as a longer term play. Because she's still in the good little area, and I can see it easily getting up here to 112 or higher. All right, well that was interesting. Let's come back over to the chat here. Manny Vera says, "Can you look at Ondo?" I can look at Ondo or Odo. Oh my gosh, can you please just spell it? Ondo. Well, look at you, Ondo. Should have this charted somewhere. Let's try. Oh, that's been a minute over here, hasn't it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's our price history. That's what we need. So this is where we've followed it. This daily chart. Tighten up some of these lines. It's been a minute since we've been over here. Oh, you tested that. Beautiful. So break out of that, test it, fill back into it, touching the bottom trend line we got here. Now we got 4 touches down there. This is on the daily. She made a higher high than this one. That's when she gets all tricky. I was hoping this will be a fake out. Come down to the 4 hour and would you go down here? Would you do that? She might, out of meanness, come down here. This red line is below this orange line, and we need them to be the other way around. And right now, that means that Miss Lucy, that's our little devil girl, she's the red line. Being under there, she might just be a little nasty enough to make us wick us down there. She could do that. I hope it doesn't. I hope it kind of holds through here. 200 is below the 360. That's another little bear sign that makes me think that we might get that. However, in the overall view of things, we got more momentum that could be pulling us back up. So it looks like this is part of the flush out to me. But they might spike us down a little bit lower to 91 before they're through. We're at 95 right now. And this is one of them symmetrical triangle patterns that I always talk bad about, because welcome to the rabbit run, ladies and gentlemen, with these little guys. Now you get to experience it. This is what it's like. Symmetrical triangle, break to the upside, take the measure, move to the upside, and you're like, yeah, let's go all in, man. Whoa, $1.50, yeah. But it's not what they do, right? They do something called the rabbit run. They'll break out one side, come back down, make you think everything's all right, and then they come back into the pattern. You're like, what the hell is that? That rabbit just ran right back in front of my car. He was clear. He's on the other side of the road. Everything was good. What the hell? And now he comes running down. Oh my God, I almost hit him again. And then the little bastard wants to come back in front of your headlights again. You're like, oh my God, make up your damn mind, rabbit. And the rabbit run. That's how I describe symmetrical triangle. Thank you. It's the best analogy I've ever found for a symmetrical triangle. Imagine, if you will, driving late one night on a country road in an old Volkswagen Beetle, and a rabbit jumps in front of your little weak headlights. Hello, I'm a rabbit. Can you guess which way I'm gonna go? Yeah, it gets... Yeah, we just lost everybody right there, Sean. Sorry, that was a stupid idea, Sean. All right. No theater for you tonight. So here we are, man. Cool. And nothing here saying you're ready to turn around Hondo or anything yet. 91, huh? That might happen. Let's hope that it can catch there. You didn't pull a fib. You know you're right. I didn't pull a fib. But if I were gonna pull a fib, I would pull it from here, and I would pull all the way up here, and I'd be looking at or shiver me timbers if there's not a 786er right there, 91.8 area. Arg. Gotta wet my whistle. Let's take a look at Pump, because she's dropping like a rock. Well, it's amazing how these potential reversal zones, these 272s, kind of lead to a great place to take profit and get paid. Just saying. So that happened good. We had some extra targets in case she got extra frisky. That one's still allowed. I don't want to take that one off. That one rarely ever gets hit. This was merely an AB equals CD move from back in these days. Now we can get rid of all of that. This little guy. Look at this little guy here. If we want to have a little pattern fun here. So you see how we got a one hump, and then we got a smaller head, and then we got another hump that comes up. He's kind of like a little critter. So sometimes he looks like a bat, but you know, it's a variation of a triple top. Those little bastards can be vicious. I'm just saying. And another way to look at it is, oh man, we have this big ass flag to the upside, which that's kind of huge for a flag, but okay. But you break out and then you come back into the pattern, and then you leave the pattern, and it says sayonara. That one actually did a nice little bearish retest right there. That's beautiful. That's textbook. So this is also a much better explanation, but you also see that kind of thing where they got, you want to think of it as head and shoulders. I know a lot of people would call it a head and shoulders, but it's not really. I mean, really, this is what it is. But nice. You can do the measure move from this little guy, and I would take that full brunt all the way down to the bottom wicks there. Put it at the breakout area, and it suggests that we're close to it. Close to hitting that measure move. And that's the beauty of looking back behind you. But a lot of people would be trying to do something like this. Yeah, that's probably okay too. There's a lot of ways that you can try to do this, but that's taking some new information that may or not be ready to play out at the moment, right? Look, we're coming down the hair. I hope not, but we could. We'll just do some basic measure moves here. Have some fun here with pump.pun as she wants to be coming down, but our measure move suggests that 0.006 area. Guess I gotta change colors on these so when I come back I'm not all confused. For me personally, I like trend lines, and I like to just step back and draw me some good old-fashioned trend lines and say, yeah, I can see how you could get there. You also got this little variation right here. Whoa, you lost it, you little nasty so-and-so. That would totally suck for you to come all the way back down here. It would. You know it would. All right, so it looks like we lost this little guy, so we may come back up and retest that little booger. As a bearish retest, it could happen. But in general, yeah, you can make some arguments that even this one down here, 0.005, could be on the radar to be hit. After all, she did make a higher high here. You want to see something fun? You want to see a 272 out? Or getting our top reversal pivot area, swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. 272 here, right there. Went up just a wee bit more. Right here. It ranged right between our 113, 1272. Higher high area. And now we get the pullback. Fibonacci method I would be using would be coming here. Swing high, low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And you could even make an argument to come all the way back down to the very bottom over here. That might even make more sense. It kind of does. We'll stick with this little guy. And we got a 618 down here at 0.005. I got a 0.5 Fibonacci. Now you got me curious. I'm curious about which one is the... I mean, really, if we're going bigger time frames, we'd probably come all the way down here. Depending on how you look at it. In that case, darling, we got a chance to kind of hold where we are if we can just close our candles above it. Otherwise, we're looking at that 0.0055 area. Will you bounce for me, baby? If you can bounce from here, oh, there's a nice higher area we can go to for pump.fun. I believe I went over every coin on my list tonight. Lead to Satoshis. Hey, Road Dog, can you look at stable? STBL. Let me see if I can get a bigger, get some more price history. Who else has got you? K6, what have you got? It's about the same. May not be that much price history on it, maybe too new. So we're starting to see a lot of newer projects being all nice and shiny where the money's going into, right? Billions of dollars in a lot of these cases. Taking it away from some of the projects that we were hoping holding in our bags, and they're looking kind of crappy. Like, why am I still in this project? Zero Mix C, we'll go with this. So it was 36 cents, had a high of 54. Tell you what, all that stuff is still open. Let me see the tokenomics on this one. And what is it? It's got 10 billion maximum supply. Circulating supply is 500 million. Well, that's not too horrible. $182 million market cap. So I guess on several chains. All-time high was 20 hours ago. It's down 32% from that. And all-time high is 53 cents. 6 days ago, a week ago, this thing was just 2 cents, people. This is a real-world asset-backed stablecoin protocol that uses yield-splitting mechanism to transform yield-bearing assets into liquid dollar stable tokens. I don't think you're going to get all the X's that you would hope out of this. That's just my personal take, and my reasoning is because of the maximum supply of how many billions of them they are. In my personal opinion, these prices that you've seen there, the highs that it went to and everything, as they let that stuff trickle out, do they have the release of? They don't have it. Telling the release schedule of it. Or am I just not seeing it? I would be worrying about, you know, them leaking out all these coins being unlocked and everything, and it takes more money to be coming in, fresh money to just maintain the current prices, right? When that happens, and that seems to be what happens with a lot of these things. But we'll take a look at the chart and see what we got. Right now, she keeps making higher highs and higher lows, so that's a nice place to try to catch there. I'd want to see what if we can get down to 28 cents. It may not, and if it doesn't, that's a bullish AF sign. If it bounces from where we are, the 34 cent area, and you got some nice targets that you can get to from there. But all right, that's possible. It hasn't lost a trend line yet.
Spread the vibe, share the chain.
Because that one's got a pretty good move. All the way to 618. So short term, 86 cents, can we get there? I could say that might be a possibility, but I don't know if I would want to try to hold it very much longer than that, like expecting it to go to $2 to $3. I don't know. Maybe it can, but I'd be skeptical with the tokenomics. But that's 148% gains if it can get up there. If it can bounce from here and doesn't break this trend line. If it breaks the trend line, then we're looking for lower, right? And that's not going to be as fun. And the measure moved from the trend line, which I don't think it would hit that, but that can take you all the way back down to the 786 area. Right around 13 cents if we break the trend line. So far it seems to be trying to hold me, come down to the 1 hour and whatnot. You lost the 50. That's not the greatest move. We come down to the 15. What are you looking like? Oh, that's cool. Okay, we're sitting something there. So it looks like she's trying to show some respect over here. Let's see if it can continue to hold this area and just take out these highs. Break above this trend line. What is that? 40 cents. We can get above that. And just maintain that. Look, shoulder, head. However you want to look at that, that would be what we need to see, and then take out that high. And she looks like she's got a good chance to try to do it. So for short-term play, I think you still got a winner there. For a long-term hold, though, I don't know if you're going to see the price action that you would hope out of it, or that what someone would hope out of it, like 20x or something like that. I don't know that it will be able to do those things. Personal outlook on Q4 should look groovy once we get past our little speed bumps that we got going on right now. Potential black swan events, but if it's to be a true black swan event, we have no idea about it, right? They just, oh crap, the world's falling apart. Nobody saw it coming. So I think we're in a season where we could get lots of black swan events, though. That's the only damn thing. And we get some of them we get some pretty messed up things that happen in the world every once in a while. It has an effect on the market. Hope we don't get too much of that, because that just hurts everything, right? Takes the air out of the balloon. Man, this cycle has already had so many pinpricks in the little balloon. It was horrible. It was a horrible bear market. Collapse after collapse after collapse, of scheme after scheme or whatever, unwinding and all this, and slowly building our way up, and then Bitcoin takes all the attention. Altcoins don't get it at all, and when they do get it, they can't hold it, give it all back. Micro natural gas futures, says Justin. Ming V25. Ming V25. Dang, gotta get me some Ming V25. Did I type it wrong? No, MNG, right? MNG. V25. And I'm in all. Let me back that up. Micro Henry Hub natural gas futures. And then we're looking at micro natural gas futures. Not Henry Hub. I'll just type it out. Micro natural gas. I just get the Ming. Know what I mean, Ming? Well, I'm getting me some micro Henry. I got some Ming 1 exclamation point for you right here. Oh, I thought you already broke it, but it hadn't. That's kind of cool. You got us on that up there. That's cool. Oh my God, is that a Head and Shoulders? That's a pretty decent one. Hope it don't play out. That would suck. Look at that. That sucks. That would suck. It'd take us all the way back down to 124 to a lower. That would suck. Don't mean to be doing that. Thank gosh for trend lines over here to give us another outlook on things. Some people will also be seeing a falling wedgie to the upside. I think that's probably a little bit more what you got going on. Cross our fingers and hope that's what's going on. I think I got the right one. I'm not seeing any complaints over here in the chat just yet. Backcountry can't stop here. Forever sub. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. So if I draw trend lines, we're supposed to draw trend lines, and we started here, and here was the top of that little impulse, and I connected to these guys. Well, it's got one of my favorite little plays. I know it looks crazy. Like, what about the Head and Shoulders? Well, I mean, we can invalidate it. Well, we come back first, break back above 306. That'll be the first sign of invalidation. Break above 417, and that idea is gone, baby. That sucker's gone. Meanwhile, the bigger picture thing, that's why I like being a bigger picture kind of guy. These guys are fun because that points to a higher high that's going to be above $5, right? Let's see if we got any confluence going on here for micro Henry. Oh, did you lose our 618? How dare you? Don't be doing that. I don't need you to lose that line. I don't need you to do that. I need you to reclaim that if you can. Otherwise, I do have to look at you and probably lower. Is that where a lot of your stuff was here? I want to go out on a limb here. All right. Are you one? Maybe. Are you? Give me just a minute here. I got to play around with this stuff. 19 people. I'm boring people now. Would you start there? Oh yeah, you would. Or would you start? Oh man, oh man. I don't know. I don't know for sure. This little sharky guy, I think. So far, we're still holding some trend lines. Let's see if we can recover 306. Let me come down to the 4 hour and see what we got going on. But there's a bigger idea that may actually have us slowly working down here into 244. I hope that's not true, but what's this, natural gas? We didn't take out these highs over here. The 4 hours got some slightly bullish stuff that suggests. Let's see if we can switch things around. Meaning I'm trying to see if we can get a nice little trend line started here, and then on this one we also got a nice little megaphone guys going on, right? But it's going to be hard getting past these 40 cent areas. Struggle through here as we try to flip these bands. There's some good flips going on here in the moving averages. I like that. So let's take a look at these. Oh look, 4 hours looking good over here. And as we go into the weekly market there on Monday, what does the daily look like? Daily. Oof. You're trying to put us some bad news on the daily. All right, so market's open tomorrow. From what we can see, where we left off Friday, it looks like it's trying to catch some support there. But just know, on the daily, it's trying to flip bearish on us. Let's see, it's trying to make a higher high here, or a higher low. Let's see if we can get past 305. If we can, I think we're leaning a little bit better for a recovery, and that this area will hold. If we struggle with this area, we might have to start entertaining the idea. It might be trying to work its way slowly down here. So I think it all kind of hinges upon what happens here at 3, and should be able to find that out tomorrow or the next day, Monday or Tuesday. Dog with hoodie says Jido. This is it on Coinbase. On the daily. You didn't hit my targets? How dare you? That's why I don't like you, Coin. You suck. When was this? This was back in... Oh my gosh, that's November, December. You didn't hit my targets, dude. You suck. You made me look stupid. Why? Alright, so... Yeah, we got something kind of like this, or possibly could have. In the overall scheme of things. Can't seem to break above that horizontal line, huh? Or that diagonal line. Leveling off higher lows, I like that. So we're squeezing down here. But you've been making lower lows. Jido, you're kind of the confusing one, aren't you? How far do you go back? December 2023? So falling wedge would probably be your best idea there. As long as we got 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other, we got a valid pattern. And we got 3 on this side and several on this one. Partial decline happening right here. We're looking at the pattern ideas. Needs to hold. Partial decline is a good sign to look for in any kind of triangle pattern. Wedge shaped pattern. So breakout from this little guy is to put this little booger right there, and it takes us back up to about that area. If you follow Thomas Bukowski, you put a multiplier on it and it kind of adjusts it, and it basically takes us right down here to this area. In all my back testing, so now I got a simple strategy to do it. I don't have to do all of those extra little steps. I'm gonna look for 382 to be hit on that little guy. And then of course, you know, the fib strategies work all the time. Use it with a pattern. Right? You know, we got to get past this area. Anywhere below 234 is the great yum buy price, and then we got the 382 being a gorgeous target to get paid. Is it worth it? That's how we know if we got a trade set up. Is there something there? Well, if we were to enter here and get up there, what would that be, like 62% gains? If we were to wait till we get a breakout to get up there, it would be 33% gains. If you were to wait till we got above here for confirmation, you could make 22% gains. If you wait till we get above this higher high here, then jump in, you can make a whopping 11% gains to the target. Depends on how you want to play it. If we happen to come down here and you decide to get into it and we go up to the target, there's your 100% gains. So this is on the weekly. And this is on the 4-hour. And it looked like she's trying to come down just a wee bit more. Well, it looks like we might hit into 166, 173 area. Jardo, a little bit of a pullback. She made a higher high. Let's see if she can make a higher low than what she did over here. And that could be as low as 165, 166. Could be. Might just be respecting, I don't know how effective a trend line I got there. You might catch something at 173, but mostly right here. Let's see, what was the other one that is also on Solana? The one that I actually kind of like. It's pretty strong. It's Jupiter Perps or something. I can never remember the ticker for it. I like this one. This one's been a solid play just to keep and hold because it just steadily goes up. I mean, it goes up and down a little bit, but more up than anything. JLP is... And I'm pleased with the performance on this. I've been in this one for a long time. It's Jupiter Launchpad. Oh, that's not you, JLP. That's not you. No, that's not you. It's not Jupiter Launchpad. It's this little Jupiter Perps LP, Liquid Providity or whatever. It gives you get fees from Jupiter Perps. Or something like that. I don't know, but it keeps making it go up. And liquidity provider token, I think is what it is. 577 here. This is what it looks like on the daily. She just goes up, she got to pull back, and she just steadily climbing that little ladder up, man. I'm still looking for 652, 678. Next target's out of it. We've already cleared these levels and just want to keep on going, following this nice little trend line here. She might be pulling back to about 570. Might even get back to about 555. Those would be some good areas to try to get in my personal opinion. I think that we broke out of a channel here, and that's what the top of it looks like. Now we got 2 touches down, well, 3 touches down here, 2 on the other makes it valid. And we broke out and retested that area. We might be coming back down to retest it again before we go up if that idea is true, and we do get the measure move, which, you know, pretty decent. I gotta say. Gives us a even higher target over here. About at 722. So some nice little areas that I'm looking for this, but I like the strength on it. And that's one idea to look at it. There's also others. Oh, we got you already, don't we? We got any correspondence with anything else over here? I just like to see things. Hey, we got J Violet. How's it going, J Violet? Dog with Hoodie says Arrow cooked up some pretty crazy gains last year. Thoughts? Arrow it gives them back, it seems like. It gives back the gains a lot. It goes up and comes down, so it's basically kind of ranges a lot. Which is good if you can trade it and not expecting it to like go up to $5-10 or whatever. Know that it can just go up to $2.30 or whatever, and then come all the way back down to 30 cents. There's a lot that can be made through here. I want to get rid of some of this old stuff. This stuff goes back to July, looks like. So going from our swing high to swing low and seeing where she's going to go. Same thing we've done before. And she got her 618 Fibonacci. Beautiful. And a pullback from it. Retesting that 382. I guess wait a minute, put you back on here because we still got another target. Oh man, did I do that? What did I just do? Oh man. That sucks. We just had a moment. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, okay, well, this is the 15-minute. Let's zoom out. What I was trying to do is pull my fibs back up, and somehow I got on some other coins. So I want to look at this area right here. So my personal opinion, she's just getting a nice little pullback. I'm following trend lines, which I think we all should do. Suggest that we might come back and tap the bottom of it, and we might. 98 cents, something like that. Notice also that it's starting to expand out. I like that. What is that? What happened? Replay. I'm not trying to replay. Done the replay. Oh my God, what happened? Did I hit? No. Yes. Do you want to exit? Yes, I want to exit it. Thank you. Not really sure what happened there. So I think we got a chance to be in this nice pattern here, and it's fun to play, and we can see it opens up the possibilities of getting to 193 and 194 after we come back down and possibly touch 195, lower 90-cent areas there. Tis my take on it. Doesn't have to be yours, and then we can also pull our fibs here. I'll be looking for a 382, which is where we're at right now. At the very lowest, I'd be looking for me 0.5, which is down at the target that we just mentioned. And so either way the wind blow, whether we use patterns and trend lines or use our Fibonacci, we get the confluence and get the same answers right there. And that's why I think they make very good partners. Throwing you some moving averages and oh my gosh. Well, then you got a party. Be careful here on the daily as the MACD is saying, "Party's over, bitch." She's that way, so she's trying to drag us down a little bit. If it do, that's where we be looking down here. Not a bad thing if it does, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. Let me come down on the 4 hour, see what you're looking like over. You look like you're trying to die. Stop trying to die. So clearly right now we're going to come down and touch this little, or trying to test this little area here. Man, I hope that the market tomorrow is not as bearish, but it might be. You know, the scare might continue. I haven't seen any news or anything that made me think of anything scary, but Sunday night dumps, you shouldn't let them scare you out, because that's usually what they are, to try to get you scared out of your position, try to get you to front run what probably won't even happen, and probably get to a point, and then all of a sudden this, just kidding. That's how it's usually turned out every time we do this, especially on Sunday night. And I don't know, either they will start flipping it on us in the middle of the night here, 3 or 4 in the morning my time, or maybe we go into tomorrow and still a little lackluster until after. I don't know. But whatever they do tomorrow, I wouldn't trust it as much. This is just a general rule of thumb, and it's been working for a while until they say, hey man, they're catching on to our play, we got to switch it up. And they do that every once in a while. By Tuesday, we should get a decent feel about where they're trying to take us for, the next few days in the week, until they start setting us up for the next weekend trap. If you looked at my thumbnails over here, we go over here and see the Joe's site there, and we got Meet Damien here, and somewhere on here is Road Dog Crypto. There's also the topic where all the music's at, and I haven't released any lately since what was the last one? Stop Hunt Survivor and Greedy High and Snorted Satoshis. But that wasn't what I was trying to do either. I was trying to go to the regular site. That's the topic. That's where the music channel is. I have no control over that. But setting the weekend trap. I try to, remind. Is the party over for altcoins? Setting weekend trap, and of course this is our current one, the solar eclipse market flush. Well, we do have a solar eclipse today. Maybe that's part of it too. Maybe something temporary. I think we're getting a nice little flush out. Hopefully we're not going to come too far down, but we might. Maybe they're going to make it a little bit more of one than not, or maybe it's going to be light. We just turn around soon tomorrow. Just whenever it stops, it's probably a good place to try to maybe get you some altcoins. There's what I'm kind of thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 people hanging out. We're in at an hour and 48 minutes. We're going to come over and take a look at Bitcoin here. I'm going to do a different chart over here than the other one. You need a little, yeah, you do. Making them lower lows there. This is the 1 hour, trying to get a green candle here below the 360. You can try. How's that worked out for you before? When you lost it before? On the downside. So whether we go down to 12,800-ish, well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. I think this is kind of interesting that we got a little bit of a trend line there. Not the best though. I guess if I tighten it up more authentically, we already lost that little bastard at 115.7. So we wait, we watch, we see, we look for ideas. See if we can avoid coming back to retest 112. But remember, when we started out this show, we're talking about inverted head and shoulders and the neckline of it, and that's a very real possibility. We could be coming back down 112.5, inverted head and shoulder, retest that area. Quite possible if they do that. Might see it happen tonight or tomorrow. Might not see it happen at all. But we did break trend lines, so something, it's a little shaky for a few days, and that's fine. That's okay. Maybe our altcoins total 3 will actually find a place to catch, and that's really the biggest thing that we should probably be looking for. So we got an area here, 1.1 trillion, and then we've also got this area down here. This is the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Well, we might see a nasty. We might see another nasty day out of altcoins. It might be a coming here. And I think we'll get to know in the next. This is a 4-hour chart, so the next candle or two, I think we should get a good idea. It's testing the 100 moving average on the 4-hour. Maybe it'll stick and kick us back up a little bit. Don't know if it will hold. If it does, good time to kind of de-risk. And that would be the best situation. And then maybe we come over. That would be the ideal situation for altcoins. Meaning that if maybe we catch a bounce and it starts going up, fake move Monday, I don't know, maybe. But if it does, I wouldn't trust it. I would try to de-risk a little bit because it did lose a bigger trend line. There's some stuff that can be going on here. Guys, let's trade carefully. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Take profits when you can get them out of these altcoins because they don't hold them very well, do they? Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow night. RS Miller, how's it going?
Let's play this game.
Query Marshmallow says, I ain't never scared. I'm just dumb enough to buy more. Me too. Don't always buy more, but when I do, the market bottoms out. That's not a bad thing.
First wave hits, you're all smooth lines. Second row pulls got me losing my mind. Third push feels wild, we're right in the edge. Then you dip out fast, leaving me on the ledge.
I think we looked at Pingu earlier tonight. We did go over that one.
Swiping for a shot, dating app shade. You hit me with a lot. First pass burns, you swipe me away. Second go stings, I'm stuck in the play. Third strike hits hard, I'm down in the dirt. Then you vibe back, giving my heart a spur.
We ride the highs, then you drive me cold. 3 waves to a crash, that's the story told.
Not as a routine thing. No, I don't think I've ever done that.
3 dips to a lift, feeling crystal clear.
Usually this is when the selling may go away, come back, and the Halloween effect starts coming in the October, late September and October. Start seeing people slowly creeping back in. Usually.
In this dark love trap,
We're breaking the law.
yeah, drop it low. You play those waves, keep me guessing the flow. I'm tracking signals, but you steal the show.
Good night, everybody. See you on the next one. Good night, John Boy.